Namaskaram, Sanadevis. For long I have been thinking of bringing out something that would be a little more informative about our Vedic culture and how the Vedas were written. They were actually propagated from one to another generations, and how the sanctity of the Vedic literature has been kept over the years, and what was exactly done to make sure that the Vedic literatures, the sanctity of the Vedic literature is kept intact. So, as we all know that the Vedas are all revealed text, revealed by the Brahman and then merely compiled by various rishis. And in earlier days, the Veda was transmitted from one to another generation only through the word of mouth and not by written text. So what our great rishis did in those days is they knew that over a period of time the Vedic literature will get corrupted, something will get added, something will get deleted. So they wanted to make sure that the accuracy of the Vedic literature is kept and preserved. So what they did is to create a mathematical model to create additional supplementary text that can be actually used to check the veracity of the original text. These supplementary texts are similar to what we say is that in the digital world what we call encryption. You take an information and encrypt it. And encryption is always with a particular key. That key encrypts it. Then at the other end, when the information needs to be read, the same key is used to decrypt the information, so bring it back to the original information. So it is essentially a mathematical models. So what the rishis did is to create some additional text which go by different names, which I'll come to quickly. This after this. What they did is that they used a mathematical model to develop those additional texts which can be used to check the veracity of the original text which was revealed. So these texts go by different names. The first level of encryption, if I may use the term, is what is called the Kramam. So the original texts, the way the Vedas are chanted, are called Samhita Paatham. Now Samhita itself is not the complete original. Samhita is actually made up of the original which is called Padapatham, and it is the Padapatham which are each and every word are broken down into its most elemental nature, and from there you construct the Samhita. So as you know that in Sanskrit and Hindi there are something called Sandhi. That means there are two words are there, you join them and it becomes something different. That is called Sandhi. So from Padapatham you do the Sandhi and then you come to Samhita Paatham, and Samhita Paatham is the Vedic text that you usually hear Vedikas chanting those Paatham. So I wanted to bring out, so as I was saying that the first level of encryption is called Krama. Then after Kramam, the next level of complication comes. So what happens is that when you encrypt it and move it from the Samhita to Kramam, the time it takes to read that Kramam is much longer because the text itself becomes longer in Kramam. And after Kramam, the next level of encryption comes the Jatai. That takes even longer. And then the highest level of encryption, what we call is Ghanam, which takes even very, very long. For example, Shri Rudram in Krishna Yajurvedic style takes approximately about anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes to chant. But and that is the Samhita Paatham. When you take that Samhita and then go into Kramam, which is the next level of encryption, it takes approximately 1 hour. But once you take it to the highest level of encryption, which is Ghanam, it takes more than 3 hours to chant. So it becomes that long. So when the texts become longer, not only the original text, just that it takes more time, The swaram of Vedic chant also differs substantially from one to another one. The swaram also changes quite a bit because there are more texts there. So obviously they have to construct more swaram also. And there is a grammar to construct the swaram also. We will not get into those details of how what those grammars are and how those are constructed. The objective of this video was only to bring out the difference in how the Samhita Paatham, Krama Paatham and a Ghana Paatham sounds and how long it takes. So for today's example, I won't go into Rudram because Rudram will take about 3 hours to chant. I want to take a simple mantra which I think most of us are aware of, which is a Ganapati mantra, and no puja and nothing starts without avahanam to Ganapati. That is Ganana antva Ganapati gambhavamahe kavim kavinamupamashravastamam Jyeshtarajam brahmanam brahmanaspati anashrinvannodibhis sidasadanam. So that is the Ganapati mantra. Okay, so I'll first start with this Ganapati mantra. I'm going to time it and see how long it takes, and then we'll move to Ganapati mantra Kramam and then to Ghanam. Okay, so here my timer starts for the Samhita Paatham of Ganapati mantra. Om Ganana antva Ganapati gambhavamahe kavim kavinamupamashravastamam Jyeshtarajam brahmanam brahmanaspata anashrinvannodibhis sidasadanam. Om Shri Mahaganadhipataye Namaha. So it took about 26 seconds. That's all it took to do the Ganapati mantra. Now we will go to the Kramam of Ganapati mantra and see how long it takes. So here is Kramam of Ganapati mantra, same mantra. Om Ganana antva tva Ganapatim Ganapatigam havamahe Ganapatimiti Ganapatim havamahe kavim kavinam upamashravastamam upamashravastamamityupamashravah tamam Jyeshtarajam brahmanam Jyeshtarajamiti Jyeshtarajam brahmanam brahmanah brahmanaspate pata anah nashrinvannotibhihi utibhis utibhirityuti Sida sadanam sadanamiti sadanam. So that was Ganapati mantra's Kramam, and it took 1 minute and 9 seconds. So the first one took 26 seconds and this one is 1 minute 9 seconds. Now we will move into Ghanam. Our timer starts now. Ganana antva tva ganana antva ganapatin tva ganana antva ganapatin tva ganapatigam havamahe ganapatin tva ganapatigam havamahe Ganapatigam havamahe ganapatigam havamahe kavigam havamahe ganapatigam havamahe kaving ganapatimiti ganapatim हवामहे कविं कविगं हवामहे हवामहे कविं कवीनां कवीनां कविगं हवामहे हवामहे कविं कवीनां कविं कवीनां कवीनां कविं कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तममुपवश्रवस्तमं कवीनां कविं कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमम् कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तममुपवश्रवस्तमं कवीनां कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमम् उपमश्रवस्तममित्युपमश्रवः तमम् ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणां ज्येष्ठराजं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणो ब्रह्मणां ज्येष्ठराजं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणः ज्येष्ठराजमिति ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणो ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पते पते ब्रह्मणो ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पते पते ब्रह्मणो ब्रह्मणस्पत आपते ब्रह्मणो ब्रह्मणस्पत पत आपते पत आनो न आपते पत आनः आनो न आनः शृण्वन् आनः शृण्वन् न शृण्वन्नो न शृण्वन्नोतिभिरोतिभिः शृण्वन्नो न शृण्वन्नोतिभिः शृण्वन्नोतिभिरोतिभिः शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदोतिभिः शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीद ऊतिभिः सीदोतिभिरोतिभिः सीदसादनगं सीदोतिभिरोतिभिः सीदसादनम् ऊतिभिरित्यूतिभिः सीदसादनगं सीदसादनम् साधनमिति साधनम्. So that was Ganapati mantra Ghanam. So let's go to detail and see how long it took. So the Samhita Paatham, which is the shortest one, which is what you normally hear, that took 26 seconds. The Kramam, the next level of encryption, that took 1 minute 9 seconds. And Ghanam, which took 3 minutes and 24 seconds. So that is the kind of difference between the Samhita and Ghanam. Samhita 26 versus Ghanam 3 minutes and 24 seconds. So that's all it took. So that's all I wanted to talk about in this. And thank you. I will meet again next time.